What's going on, guys? It's Dean from Full Circle Weekly. Today is a fantastic day. I'm on the way up to the Poconos to go do a paver project for the family, which is great. So, not making any money doing it for cost, but it's some experience for the team. Doing some pavers, little retaining walls on the side. It should be fun. I'll do our recorded video there when we're finished up with that because it should look cool. So other than that, we've been really busy, spending a shitload of money. Sorry, Mike. Just kidding. Really trying to do what Mike said and not buy anything we don't need. Sadly, we do need a lot of shit before spring. Sorry to curse. We needed to buy some more metal for the truck bed, so that's almost done. There was a slight hiccup with the way the gate's lining up, so we have to figure that out. But other than that, we're pretty much done spending money on that, which is great. I had to buy a new blower and a new weed whacker. It's like, why'd you have to do that? Well, because we had everything we needed, and then one got lost and one got lost. So we lost a blower and a weed whacker, so we didn't have everything we needed, and we couldn't make it work with just that because landscaping crew needs to have a blower and a weed whacker to do landscaping jobs, right? And we're gonna have two crews of mowing, so we have to have at least 3 weed whackers between the 2 crews, and at least 3 blowers between the 2 crews. I waited. I wanted to buy 2 and 2, but I didn't. But we needed that at least because we're gonna be running for it to work with the size properties we have. It's one guy mowing, one guy weed whacking. When the guy finishes mowing, the other guy grabs a weed whacker if that's not done yet, or grabs a blower, and we have to have that option available. Or sometimes if it's a big property, there's 2 guys blowing at the same time, and for that amount of efficiency loss, like over the course of the year, it's definitely worth it to spend $1,000 on what that is, because it'll save so much time over the course of the year. Other than that, though, we're not spending any more money on equipment. We're maybe spending like another couple $100 in hand tools, maybe like less than $500 in hand tools, just because we have to refresh our hand tools. But other than that, $0 more will be going into equipment. We have 3 people starting. That's what we need to have happen. We had a 4th that we tried to have start, but he haven't heard back from him in a little bit. So actually, we have 4 people starting. Sorry, we have Kayla starting on the 28th of February. We've got another guy starting. I'm blanking on his name currently. On the second week in March, we have another guy starting the end of March, Jamal, and then we have another guy, Dylan, starting the first week of April. So that should put us in a really, really good spot for this spring. Obviously, not all of those employees are going to stay on. If we do get to a point where, I'm assuming that some employees aren't going to work out with that. But look, we could have a really good spring. We could need 3 employees landscaping and 4 employees mowing. That's that would be a perfect amount for that. But we also could just not be as busy because we raise prices. So it really just depends on where our we're not spending any money on marketing. So it really just depends on how much how many referrals we get and how well our SEO does. Mind you, we've been getting a couple calls a day lately, so I think it's going to be pretty crazy this spring. I think I've already sent out 6 estimates for spring cleanups and mowing. I should say, not all spring cleanups and mowing and stuff, which isn't a crazy amount, but it's been 30 degrees. It is our first warm day in a little bit, and I've already gotten 3 calls today. So definitely ramping up, which I'm excited about. That's really cool. And so this is the time I get to be held accountable, I guess. No more spending money on equipment. I spent everything I'm going to spend. I looked at our cash flow stuff. I really have to break down our cash flow diagram. I'm really happy with how this winter went. We got another snowstorm, so we have about $15,000 in accounts receivable. Our actual business account is very low currently. We just had payroll. I just had to pay our $700 equipment loan, go through the tunnel. So our account's very low right now. That being said, we should have an additional $15,000 coming in before spring. All of our accounts is under 30 days. So I'm really excited for that. And then as we start booking spring cleanups, we take half down, which is going to really help with our cash in the bank. And then, since this year we're not spending any money on anything else, it should be really awesome. We're activating our fuel cards again, which will be great because that's $1,000 in fuel that we get to kind of offload and not worry about, which should be about a month's fuel, give or take, depending on the month, but should be about a month's fuel once we start mowing. Maybe once we start mowing, if we have 2 crews going, it'll be more than $1,000 a month, but I'm excited for that because, that it's more cash flow we get to keep in the bank. We're switching all of our mowing people to charge card on file. Zach from Hartford Lawn Landscape's been a huge help, in terms of service and that kind of stuff that we're doing this year. And some ideas for mowing to stop losing equipment. We have a couple different ideas for that. And yeah, I'm getting really excited. Spring's coming. The team's excited. This is kind of our last winter project per se. I know it's not really a winter project, but our last project before spring. So that's freaking exciting. And yeah, it's pretty much all the updates I have. You know, the only other thing I have to spend money on is that's my shocks for that truck, because it won't mow without them. So I'm gonna see it's gonna be worth it. I mean, we're gonna end up spending probably about $4,500 to build the truck bed on the back of that truck, mainly because the price of steel is absurd. And I definitely overbuilt it on purpose, so we didn't have to worry about anything. But it's gonna be about $4,500 total. A new trailer, I think, is about that. To buy one, to hold, I think to hold one mower, the trailer's probably around $2,500. So I did spend a little bit of extra money. That being said, it is the ramp rack setup now, similar to the ramp rack setup. So it should be a massive help, and massive efficiency booster, and should be really easy for the new team to learn how to drive. So we'll see, but I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Peace.